One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. Thank you all for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, subscriptions. I really appreciate it. But look, I gotta ask you a question. You got 13% of the population, which is black people. And then you got 10,000 or more black people dying per year from violence, gun violence. 10,000 black people or more per year are dying from who? From the hands of who? Who is unaliving these black people that's dying at a rate of 10,000 or more per year? Oh man, this is interesting, right? Interesting. We got to really get down into it. We really got to get down into it, because that's very interesting when you really think about it. Because you got to ask yourself, you see BLM, they run around talking about the police are unaliving unarmed black men. The police are unaliving unarmed black people. That's what you see. That's the rhetoric that's getting strewn around all over the internet, all over social media. That's what you see all the time. You ever looked into the numbers for real? You ever really done your homework and really looked into it to really see what's going on? Have you done that? If you haven't, I suggest you go and take a look. I suggest you do your homework and look into it and see what's really going on, because we got over 10,000 black people dying per year from violence. But who's committing the violence against those black people? Who is doing it? That's around, let's see, 200 black people being unalive per week. It's 52 weeks in a year. So if it's 52 weeks in a year, and that's 200 black people being unalive every week, so that's 52 weeks in a year, and you do the math, that would be about 10,400. Yeah, about 10,400 black people being unalive per year. Now, give or take a few, that may be some other numbers, other things that's not being put into the mix, but that's about 10,400 black people being unalive per year. Who is doing this unaliving? We really got to look into it, because Black Lives Matter say it's the police that's unaliving people. And all the people that follow that rhetoric, they all are screaming out that all these black people getting killed. They just killing us. Man, I said the word. They're unaliving us in the streets. That's what you hear all the time. They're unaliving us in the streets. They're unaliving us in the streets. And you would think like, wow, they like really doing some damage to us. They taking us out beyond belief. They're taking us out on a level that we can't understand. That's what you would think is going down, right? Because 10,400 are being unalive every year. And the number may be higher than that if you did your research. So who is doing it? Is the police out here doing it? Maybe it's the Proud Boys. Maybe it's the white supremacists. Maybe they're the ones who doing all this damage. Maybe they're doing it. They got to be doing it, because who else could be doing it? They're the ones who have to be doing all this damage, because, they don't like black people that much. They hate black people, right? That's what they tell us, right? It's the white supremacy. It's the people holding the black people down. It's all of them. It's the Proud Boys. It's all of them. That's what they're talking about all the time. You hear it all the time. It's the police. Oh, they undercover. They doing things undercover. The police undercover, and all of them coming in, and they disguise themselves as this, and they just taking the black people out. Well, if you believe that, I guess you haven't done your research. You don't know what's really going on. Well, that's what I'm here for, to tell you the humble truth. The humble truth is that's not what's happening at all. Black people are 13% of the population, which is about 1/4 or 1/5 of the white population. That's a small number. Very small number, to be honest. But out of that small number, 10,400 of black people are unalived. And guess who's doing the unaliving? Oh, it's not the Proud Boys. It's not white supremacy. It's not any of that. None of them are doing it. It's other black people that's unaliving black people. That's who's doing it. That's who's doing it. But you got black people running around here talking about racist. You got black people running around here talking about white supremacy. You got black people running around here talking about, oh, the police are just unaliving us everywhere we turn. They're not saying everywhere we turn, but they are saying they unaliving us, and they put it in a way that make it seem like it's astounding numbers, but it's not. Go look at how many black people are unalived per year by the police. Oh, it's less than 10. It's less than 10. It's really less than 10 per year. And I may be wrong. I'll just give it some grace and I'll say it's less than 20. I give it that much grace. But go look at how many white people are unalived by police per year. And that number is going to be higher because they have a higher population. It's going to be lower for us because we have a lower population. But I want somebody to tell me, why is it that we have a lower population, but when it comes to us black people unaliving each other, it's 10,000. It's over 10,000. But nobody seems to be in an uproar about that. When you bring up black on black crime, everybody gets silent. Everybody is somehow now like, we don't supposed to talk about that. That's not the problem. That's what everybody do all of a sudden. All of a sudden, it's no longer a big issue. It's no longer a big deal. I had somebody tell me, oh, it's just because of proximity. Oh, that makes it okay. If we unalive our neighbor, that's fine. You know, we just live next to him, so it's okay. And then we make a big argument about what the police is doing to criminals, and it's not that many. And a lot of them let black people get away with a lot of things because they're going to be called racist if they don't. The whole system is rigged to support black people in a crazy way. And most people talking from something they don't know nothing about. They don't even understand the system. They don't know what goes on and how much is really catered towards letting black people get off. Now, if you've done some really horrific crimes, and you've done something real serious that you can't deny, then they're not gonna let you out. But if a white person can avoid being called racist and they can let you free, they're gonna do it. If they can give you the least amount of time, they're gonna do it. Because no white person want to be called racist. Being called racist today is really not a good thing for white people, and they're gonna try everything they can to avoid it. But black people don't know. There ain't nobody unaliving black people more than black people. Nobody. Nobody's committing more violent crimes than black people, and we're only 13% of the population. But we unaliving and we committing more violent crimes than anybody else. Well, I won't say anybody else, but more than white people. And white people outnumber us by a long shot. But for some reason, it still seems like we're trying to make it seem like they doing all the damage. But it's not true when you look at the real numbers. And somebody gonna say, oh no, man, they lying. Okay. Well, if you think they lying, you keep doing what you're doing and see how far it's gonna get you. If you keep believing that it's white people's fault, it ain't got nothing to do with white people. Every problem that a black person faces is because of another black person. Simple. Let's see. Vietnam War. Black people killed more people than was killed, that Americans lost in the Vietnam War. Whoa. You do the math. Don't keep asking me. Just do the math. Before you decide to comment something crazy, do the math. Do the research and the math and put it all together. Matter of fact, research all of this and see if I know what I'm talking about or if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected. If I'm wrong, comment below the truth and I'll stand corrected. Oh no, they're setting us up. They're setting us up. We ain't do this stuff. They setting us up. You can believe these race hustlers if you want to. And you're going to keep finding yourself in the same situation that you've always been in. Or you can decide to change and do something better for yourself. You got a choice to make. You can continue to go down that same path that we've been going on for the last 60, 70 years, or you decide to do something different. You can continue to do the blind voting. You can continue to do all of that. If that's what you believe, then you do that. If you think that's going to help you. But I'm here to tell you, programs are not going to help you. They can give you all the programs they want to give you. And all the programs are going to do is continue to keep you where you at. Because as long as they're giving you programs, you can't make a certain amount of money. As long as you can't make a certain amount of money, then you're going to stay under the program. And you're afraid to get from under the programs because you don't think you can do it for yourself. Because you've been told that you can't. You've been told that you need somebody to tell you how to live, somebody to tell you what you can buy, who you can marry, and all of those stupid things you can do for yourself. You don't need to be told by the government or catered to by the government. You don't need affirmative action. You don't need any of that. What you need is for yourself to get up and get out and get your own. That's what you need to do. Stop listening to these race hustlers who keep making money off of you because you're going to keep shooting them money, giving them money, and all of that every time they ask for it. That's what you're going to do. You ain't got much yourself already, but you're going to give it to them because you think, oh yeah, they're going to save us. They're going to make it good for us. They're going to give us everything. Them race hustlers ain't going to give you nothing but a hard way to go. And then they're going to keep sucking you back in, sucking you back in, sucking you back in. Every time they got a new scheme for you. And you're going to keep giving in to the schemes. You're going to keep doing it over and over again. And they're going to keep living high on the hog. And you get nothing. But 10,400 black people are unalived per year by other black people. But all these people, none of them are telling you this. They're not telling you this. Have you heard them tell you that? No, you ain't heard them tell you that. Because you think it's a game. You think that you're really doing something. 13% of the population. How many of us in entertainment? Not many. How many of us have run up and down that football field? Not many. How many of us have run up and down that basketball court? Not many. How many of us are running around the baseball diamond? Not many. But that's what you look to, the entertainers. How many of us are acting in movies? Not many. But they put it to you like it's so many. But the real people, the real black people out here with real money, not for entertainment. I'm talking about the black people that grinding from the bottom like David. I don't want to mess his name up right now. I said it in another video. I would not disrespect that black man like that. There's a couple of them. They grind. They worked hard. They didn't go through entertainment. They had their feet to the ground, pulled up by their own bootstraps, grinding it out. But we can't do that no more. We don't know how to do that no more. We used to know how to do that. Do your research before the civil rights movement. Look at what black people were doing before the civil rights. It was individuals, and they was working hard and building. Oh, after that, they became a group. They had a group mindset after civil rights because of Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. Oops, I said names. All of them. That's when we became a group. And now we can't even think for ourselves because we're a group. We got to think like the group think. We can't think outside the group because what you think outside the group, you're Uncle Tom. You're a sellout. You're a COON. You know the routine. You know the routine. Because you might have been one of them ones who was talking like that. And sending your money to these people thinking they're going to help you. They can't do nothing for you. 10,400 black people unalived per year by other black people. Not the police. Not the police. Not the popo. Not 12. No, it was other black people that did this. When will black people ever learn? When? When? You're getting played for a fool. Some of us know. Some of us get it. And watch the comment section. Those who get it, they're going to comment below that they get it. Those who don't get it, going to have an argument for me. Like I'm telling a lie. Like I just made up something and just throw out there. I ain't make this up, man. It's just the facts. Figure it out. Do your research. You got a phone. You got a smartphone. Ain't no way you can be dumb with a smartphone. If you think something I said was not true, do your research. Take out your phone and go look it up. Y'all take care. One love to the humble.